Hi folks, how you doing? So a few weeks ago I did a wee lesson, just a wee quick number on the things you can find within this E-shaped A major chord at the 5th fret. And we talked about kind of where you find your root notes on the low string. At the 5th fret, D string, 7th fret, high E string. 5th fret, we talked about major pentatonics, the major scale, the arpeggios that were in there. And the triad chords that we could find there. So today we're going to do something, well, pretty much exactly the same, but just from a different chord shape. So the chord shape we're going to use here is the A major chord at the 12th fret, and it's shaped like a C major chord. So here you get A string 12, D string 11. Your first finger is going to bar over the top 4 strings. So that's your first finger at the 9th fret, second finger at the 10th fret on the B string, and your top finger squeezing the high 9th fret on the high E string. Cool. So within that chord shape there, it's important to know where your root notes lie. You've got a root note here on the 12th fret of the A string. And you've got a root note on the 10th fret of the B string. Cool. So from that shape, we're going to do exactly what we did last time. We're going to build the A major scale. So the A major scale from here, so you're starting with the pink A now. The second degree of the scale, so this is number 1. The second degree is going to be back here at fret 9 on the D string. The third is on the 11th fret on the D string. The fourth is on the 12th fret on the D string. The fifth is on the 9th fret of the G string. 6 is on G11. 7 is on B9. And then you're back to your 1 or your root on the B string. Cool. So you've got a nice wee kind of contained scale shape. And it fits nicely between the A string and the B string. But we want to kind of take that a wee bit further here. I'll take it over all the strings here. So you've got your root note here in the 10th fret. That's where you finish the scale there. That's you back home. So your second degree of the scale here is going to be 2 frets higher than the root. At the 12th fret, the B string. Number 3 is on 9th on the high E, then 10th for the 4th, and 12th for the 5th. So we can move those notes on the high E string that we're using down to the low string, and then we just need to fill in the gaps leading back up to our root note on the 12th fret of the A string, and we're going to fill that in with the 9th fret and the 11th fret on the A string. And that's you back to the root there. So from here, and covering all the strings. So you go all the way up, all the way down, and then go back up to the root notes. And you come down this. So you can hear that it's got some kind of closure when you arrive back at that home note. So what do we do next? We took the arpeggio, I believe. So the arpeggio just comes from the major scale. It's the notes that make up the chord. The chord is made up of the first note of the scale, the third note of the scale, and the 5th note of the scale. So if you take your root note here, and then we can skip over number 2, use number 3. So together, skip over number 4, use number 5, and that's our arpeggio there. Because we're going back to number 1 here, number 3, and number 5. So from this root note, you've got 1, 3, 5. And from this root note at the top here, you've got 1, 3, 5. So all you're doing is playing straight up and down that chord shape. So you've heard that arpeggio. You've heard that arpeggio a million times in any kind of rock music. So it sounds a lot more complicated than it is. It's that one. That one. So you just play straight up and down the two different chord shapes. One here and one here. So from that arpeggio, we can now take the notes of, we can play those notes together in the middle here. And that gives a lovely wee triad chord. So that's an A major chord. So instead of having to play this big, laborious chord with all the fingers, we can break that chord down into parts now. So we can break that chord down from the A string to the G string as just 3 notes. There's your 1, 3, 5, 1, 1, 3, 5, and that's your A major arpeggio. Now we can start from the 3 and go 3, 5, 1. There's an A major chord there as well. And that's between the D string and the B string. Now we can go 5, 1, 3. So 5 here. Looks like a wee D chord shape. And then we can do this kind of funny one. 12, 12, 11 on the low on the bottom 3 strings. So that's 5, 1, 3 again. 5, 1, 3, 1, 3, 5, 3, 5, 1, 5, 1, 3. So you can break this big chord down into 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of nicely usable A major chords in different registers. Cool. So that's the wee one in the middle here, this wee shape between the D and the B strings. I like that wee guy. That wee guy's quite useful. So you can use the other notes from the scale to kind of add a wee bit of spice to that chord. It'll be anything you want. Cool. From that scale as well, we can also kind of chuck away the 4th note and the 7th note, and that'll give us what we messed about the last time with, which was the major pentatonic scale. So we can use the 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 notes. So the 1st note, the 2nd note, the 3rd note, the 5th note, and the 6th note. So that just kind of threw in a wee couple of 7s there, just to kind of add some spice to the pentatonic scale, I feel like. So that pentatonic scale, 12, 9, 12A, D9, D11, G9, G11, and then B10, B12, E9, E12. you can mess about with that all you like. And it's really important to start now looking at that E shape that we did here with these triads and the chord shapes and the arpeggios. And combining them, because you're only using two shapes. So you only get the E shape and the C shape to kind of contend with, but it's how you're going to view the internal kind of building blocks of those of those chords and scales actually. Oh, my fingers are not working tonight. And those major pentatonics, and climbing from one to the other. We'll deal with that shape next time. So it's really kind of important that you start kind of seeing these, because actually you've got a lot of smaller versions of the same chord. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 A major chords in the space of two shapes, plus your major scale. That shape that we learned last time, and this one. That one. And that one. So there's quite a lot there over essentially just two chord shapes that you can get your teeth into. And again, those chord shapes are movable. So we've not really dealt with the notes in the A major scale or the notes in any other scale, to be honest, because we're just dealing purely on the shapes here and the visualization of how they kind of fit on the neck. The notes can come later. So if you see the E major chord, if you know that this is the note E from the A string, you can build that C chord, that C shape, sorry. And then you'll have the exact same shapes for E major chords. And E major pentatonic. And E major scales. So the shapes are really movable that way. So it's important to kind of take them as bite-sized chunks, but really visualize how everything kind of fits around this. Everything makes this kind of motion. And you're just kind of filling in the gaps of this. Like to get to this note, to get to the third note, you have to go through the second note. To get to this note of that chord, you have to go through that note. To get to this note, you have to go through these notes. Cool. So it's all about kind of seeing the bigger kind of jigsaw, how those bigger pieces of information fit around just essentially one chord block. Scales, chords, arpeggios, they're all pretty much the same. They all come from an underlying chord shape that sits underneath, and it just helps you with, in the long run, it'll help you with kind of fretboard visualization. It'll help you with understanding arpeggios and scales and all this kind of stuff that you need for improvising or playing different styles, or making up kind of chord melodies, or even just jamming local poppy rock songs that you just want different chord shapes for. But I'll leave it with that now, because there's plenty to get in there, especially with the other A major shape that you've got. So cool, I'll leave you with that now, and I'll speak to you all soon. Cheers, guys.